concept kitchen of 2025, we're missing one of our team. So the way we're going to present the project is first the executive summary, then the design process, then the detailed description, and then we're going to do a small evaluation because we don't have that part. And at the end, we'll pass a video to show you how it has been done, the project, and a small conclusion at the end. This is an IKEA project. So in 2013, IKEA plus IDEO started a project to look at what people how they will interact with their kitchen in 10 years from now. So to go on with the project experiment, they gathered a group of 57 students from London University and the University of Technology in Eindhoven. So first, they gathered all the students, and what they did, they needed to get them inspired, getting in the zone of creating a kitchen. So they passed a bunch of videos creating extreme forms of cooking, how people need it, how they live in Antarctica, how they can create different things, the necessities of the people in general. After that, they had to observe for opportunities. These were a toolkit to make a project, what you need to follow is first to find inspiration, then observe for opportunities, or ways, in any company they need to observe the competences and everything. Then they needed them to storytell, from them to talk their own experiences in the kitchen, how they interact, how do they think the people interact with the kitchen, what do they feel that they need extra, and things like that. And then they need to synthesize inspiration to ideas. Everything that they gathered, they needed to form basic ideas. And after those ideas were created, brainstorm to see which were the ones that work, that don't work, why not, why would they work, everything. And after that, the students prototype projects. They created 27 projects that were in different ideas the students made. And after that, IDEO made an internship of 4 students, so it was a competition. And those 4 students that were selected proceeded to form what is now the concept kitchen. So those are the pictures. That's the project, process of the project. Yeah. And next, that's the internship. So they're the 4 students that made it, and that's what we'll present later on. So the problem definition. The big question that IKEA proposed was, what will life around food look like in 2025? And will we be able to help people live a healthier or more sustainable lifestyle? This was what they proposed. So of course it has it's hard. If it's hard to design something right now, imagine designing something 10 years. And 10 years is a bunch of time ahead. So they had to look, and they synthesized problems that will be on the future. First of all, we'll be living more urban lives. Mega cities will still exist, but those cities will be connected with more tiny cities. Imagine a New York, and then you have smaller New Yorks on the surroundings. So it's much very, 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 very huge amount of people in one place. And if water and energy today feel infinite, in 10 years will be precious. So we have to make the use of them very consciously and effectively. So population will grow, and food will be very expensive because companies the demand for food will be higher and the food will be low. There will not be 10 cows for one person, so it will be reduced. So we have to take an option, and we have to think more protein and not meat. We have more vegetables instead of meat because there will be less cows and everything. It's what will happen in the future. Our homes will become physically smaller because nowadays, I don't know, it's normal to have 3 sisters and 4, 3, 5, I don't know, sometimes 6, but in the future we 2 or 1, so it'll be smaller. So we have to optimize lives and social kitchen, like everything, the spaces in the house will be smaller. They have to like keep the same purpose. So it's harder for designers like to think that much. And then we have, so in the future, they think that working at home will be the norm. Like there will be less offices and more working at home. So have to think about that too. Computers will be everywhere. Like it will be normal to see a computer on the wall, to see a computer in your bathroom. Like will be technology. It will advance as we do. Shopping will be overrated. Like no one will be shopping anymore. That's the expectations. Like if you want to go shopping, is that you want to go observe or like maybe see what else is in store. But everything will be home delivered. So they expected that in the future it will be drones and robots, the ones that will deliver the food. So we have to think of that too. Everything will be more global because if it's global now, in the future it will be much more. And Western culture will incorporate Eastern values. With all the immigration that's happening now, in the future will be settled. So, like everything Asian, the Asian population is growing so much that it will invade us. So we have to take like that aspect in mind that their culture will be part of our culture in the future. And taste preferences and rituals will be converging. Like everything, like it will be normal. No, how would I explain? Like if we classify Mexican, like Arab, I don't know, American food, it will be a mixture in the future. So it will be very messed up because the tastes will be different. And considering those things, a new question popped will be how might we stay connected, optimize the use of resources, create multifunctional spaces, design for diets, and create a global kitchen that provides universal needs for all. So it's many things in one. And for the design requirements, there were none for this project because since it's something futuristical, it wasn't like I wanted purple or I wanted yellow. So it was like everything of the students, what they came up with will be like everything white. So in the future, like it's now, like they have kitchens made for disabled people, like wheelchair. I don't know if we wanted like wood. Maybe in the future, if this kitchen is the concept kitchen, in the future, maybe you can adapt it to your own necessities. So those are the futuristical design requirements, and that's it.
Well, the design description of the concept kitchen, well, for now, it is like, since it's still a concept for 2025, we can say that what we can see nowadays, like today, it will be the last product they will bring to the to sell. And so, as for the overview, it it was like designed in a way to reduce all wastes in a majority, to reduce space and save energy in water in many kinds. Like it was designed to be positive in every aspect possible. Like since space, in a way it removes the refrigerator and it does many other things like how
Later on, you'll explain that.
later on I will
Explain more clear.
Okay, and for the detailed description,
Sorry.
well, the first and most important part will be the interactive table. This table, the way this table works is that on top of it, it will have, you could say, a camera and a projector like you could see here, which will project like these images depending on what you place on the table. Like for example, if I come and place like over there a tomato, it will show various options that I could do with it. And if I come and place, I don't know, some eggs near the tomato, it will show me some new options that I can do with the combination of both. And besides this, you can also set a timer. Like for example, oh, I only want to cook for 30 minutes. Then it shows you a recipe for only 30 minutes. And besides this, besides only showing it, the table will remove the necessity of having a stove, since the table has a heating system like inside of it, where in, how could you say, in some areas of the table, like when you're prepared to heat whatever you're preparing, it will tell you place the pan over here. You will place it, and that area will start heating, so that there's no more danger like of getting burned in another area. Um, well, as you can see here on the table, this is not like the last design, but it would be adjustable so that practically anyone on the family could use it. Like you can lower it and or get it a little bit higher depending. Like for example, if maybe the person if is using it is a kid, or if the maybe he's on a wheelchair, or
Because
just
it's tall.
exactly. And what else? Yes, and this would practically make anyone on the family to be able to cook. This next part, the storage, would remove the necessity of a refrigerator, since like these shelves that you can see, they have a cooling system in which, depending on the type of food that you place in the container, and then on top of it, the same camera and like projector would recognize which type of food it is, and with this little chip over here, it would like mark the temperature in which it has to be, and it will place that food in the right temperature so that it can last without getting rotten or going to as a waste for as long as possible. Then, and it was made all visible like in shelves and maybe some just drawers, so that to remove the problem that you may forget things in like at the very behind part of the refrigerator, so that you can always see everything you have, and there's like no necessity of hiding things behind others, and this just saves a lot of space in the kitchen, and it helps make that every food that you place it on to be like stored to last as long as possible. Okay. This next part, the sink work has three main functions. The first one, all the leftover foods that you have, it will start saving them, and when they're sufficient, it will like you could say gather them and form them into a compressed little puck that you can later give to a company, or you can also save yourself to use for other things, to maybe reuse
For the
another
plants.
food.
The nutrients could go.
The nutrients will go, or you could say in a description that I read is that you can give it to the government so that they can use it for an almost purpose. And the next function would be that the sink can tilt from the right to left, and depending on which way you tilt it is like depending on how the water on the sink is as of pure. If if the water of the sink is very pure, you could say you would tilt it to the left to have all the water go all the water go to a set of indoor plants so that it would get recycled. And if the water is like dark water, it's like already very dirty, you would tilt it to the right so that all the water will go to the sewers. Okay. Well, this next part are like some recycling bins where you would the material that you're recycling here, for example, a bottle, you would place it inside and it would compress it and then put it in a bag. And after that, the system would identify the material and put a label on it, like telling you what material it is and what use you can give to it. And besides this, like if you're not gonna use it, you can like all this waste, like wastes in a way that you are saving, you could give them back to the company, and depending on how much waste you have gotten, they can even give you a credit, or you would have to pay like a type of tax in order to keep you like steady. Well, and the use is like, overall, it would save energy, save water, and it will help like anyone in the family cook. Like it's so simple use it to make the kitchen set a lot simpler and a place for the family to have
Interact.
to interact much more and in a much easier way, much safer way also. Like, well, one little part that we didn't, I wasn't able to explain was like all this set like where you can store that is right behind the sink. That it's a terracotta storage where you pull it to the side and it also makes more efficient in eliminate the the storage and the space use.
On the evaluation, we don't have any information, but this project was exhibited in the IKEA temporary, and there we can see like pictures of it being explained and how it works and everything.
Is that the part for your partner?
Yeah.
Okay, we can just skip that part.
Okay. We want to show you a video. It's a quick video. There's no sound.
A camera observes what happens.
Oops. Sorry.
The table brings inanimate objects to life using smart light. A camera observes what happens on the table and relevant graphics are projected back onto the surface. This kitchen table is about more than just dining. It is your preparation surface, hob, workbench, and children's play area. Explore creative flavor combinations. Get suggestions on